Saw's Esquire just resubscribed for 22 months. 22 double twos brings good luck this month.
Hello, hi, Astro, congratulations on first, DJ, congratulations on second, and Zez, thank you for 22 months! That's crazy. Holy smokes. Sorry I'm a little late. I was, well, my plan was to play some Suns again with Yaga, but I believe she's still sleeping, so plans changed. But it's all good. We have some Zelda to do. Sorry, I need a drink. I don't feel like putting makeup on, so you guys don't get to perceive me today. Alright, so what was I doing? And there, yeah, memories. Here we go. Yeah, I know that one. Okay, Hoot Hoot. There are two shrines. One to the north, the other to the south. First head south. Ancient ruins speak of the windfish. Okay, we'll learn much there. So I need to go south of there. Where he is. Okay. My face forever on screen? No, it'll go away in a couple minutes. It's not in... I mean, I guess it's technically your face. Yeah, it'll go away in a few minutes. So I have to go back. I like how this game makes you think Oh my god, it's so cute. Like, it'll be a cute little Zelda game. And it's actually one of the hardest shits you'll ever play in your life. So I have the hook shot now, so I can get into some places that I couldn't before. Will it though? It will. It's supposed to be 5 minutes. It will. Okay, so I go there now. Oh wait, can I go to the... Am I misremembering? Is the Whitewater Rapids in this one, or is that in like Oracle of Ages and Seasons and stuff? Literally, what do you want? Yes, this is the Whitewater Rapids, right? Ew. You're a weird looking man. Yo. You there? Want to go on a raft ride? Yes. 2 ways to ride. With the Rapids Raid, the goal is to pick up as many items as you can. The other way is the Rapids Race, where you try to get... out the raid. Okay. See? It did go away. I told you. Hey, Wolfie! Where'd I go? Oh yeah, there it goes. Ooh, picking up speed! Ba-ba-da-da-da. Alright, so we go this way. Do I have to jump? Yep, okay. Mother of God, that time the youngest has been a disaster. Really? Get out me house. No, how do you go there? Oh my God, South Rapids Raid is over. Can I jump off this thing? I thought you weren't streaming on Wednesdays because of therapy. I get, like, it was more just like it was gonna be kind of up in the air. I didn't want to commit to Wednesdays, but if I was still feeling up to it, I would. And usually, I nap after therapy. So, there's usually a little bit of reprieve, you know? Not that I'm complaining. No, I know. And I thought about it. But you guys who have been here long enough know that, like, I experience a lot of guilt when I cancel streams. And I know that I'm not feeling the guilt from anybody other than myself. Like, I know that all of you guys are like, stream when you want to stream, don't stream when you don't want to stream, whatever. But I personally feel terrible about canceling streams, so yeah. So I haven't asked, how was your day? Day was okay. Oh, here we go. This is what I need to be. Day was okay. Wednesdays is an early day for me, so I had to be to work at 5. I didn't get much sleep last night because my insomnia was kind of acting up. So I didn't get much sleep, but I got up in the middle of the night and like took my pill so I could hopefully get some sleep. And a cat, a random kitten, came into the store today, so that was kind of cute. I don't know what to do. Okay. Arrows. kind of assume therapy might help with the guilt. I will feel guilt if you don't take care of yourself. I know. Well, I haven't. That's not something that's come up in therapy. That's not something that has come up in therapy. Yeah, I have guilt about canceling streams. No. We're working on far more important things than that at the moment. But it's all good. It's all good. I really like my therapist, so that's the first step, you know? So what happened to Box? Oh, so for those who were here for the Box saga earlier, one of my coworkers called her mom, and her mom brought a little kitten carrier, and they loaded Box up into a kitten carrier, and the plan was that she was going to take Box home for a couple hours until the, you know, animal control place opened, and then they were gonna, you know, bring Box to the animal control. But I did tell her, I was like, you realize that means you have X amount of time to convince your mom to keep Box. But yeah, he was chilling. Like, Box was big chillin'. Like, he was not afraid. He strolled right in. He's like, hi, I'm here. Hi, I'm here. Well, like, the thing was, like, so I was receiving the truck, and I was talking to the truck driver, because, you know, the truck driver is literally one of the chattiest people I think I've ever met in my entire life, but that's besides the point. So he's talking, and I go, shush, 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 shush. What is that? And we kind of, like, stop for a second, and we listen, and we just hear, like a dozen times over and over again, and we're like, where is that coming from? And so we have, it's called the corral. It's not, obviously, it's not a corral, like a corral, but it's where we put, like, all of the carts that we don't use. Sorry, and so I opened the door to the corral, and this little tiny kitten just books out. She just runs out of the corral. And so we're like, oh, like, what are you doing here? Whatever. And at this point, keep in mind, guys, it's 5 a.m. So it's pitch black, and, you know, I have no idea what's going on. So me and the truck driver are out there with our cell phone lights, and we're, like, trying to see, like, is there anything in here? Like, what, like, why is this random cat in here? Like, how did it find its way in here and stuff? And, yeah. So we kind of just left it alone. Oh, shoot, I think I need a... Yep, there it is. Okay, so I have to... Yeah. You can get a mission. Find a floor brawl at 5 a.m. Exactly. This. You found the face key? Oh, I hate it. Oh, I hate it. I hate the face key. What is this? Oh, Peesh! There's a picture card on the wall, but you can't see it because it's too dark. Okay. Wrong button. Wrong button. Ooh. Okay. Oh, to the finder, the Isle of Koholint is but an illusion. Human, monster, sea, sky, a scene on the lid of a sleeper's eye. Awake the dreamer, and Koholint will vanish much like a bubble on a needle. Castaway, you should know the truth. What? Illusion? Wait, I've never gotten this far in this game. What? I've never gotten this far. I don't know what this means. I myself had a strange morning, but all good things came from it. Ooh. But yeah, so to answer everyone's questions, Wednesdays is a long day for me. Well, it does say the island is but a dream of the windfish. No one is really sure. Just as you cannot know if a chest holds a treasure until you open it, so you cannot tell if this is a dream until you awaken. The only one who knows for sure is the windfish. Trust your feelings. Someday you will discover the answer. Interesting. Hi, Sus! There were some concerns about a mass in my breast. I had diagnostic mammo on both sides and ultrasound. I am clear and cancer-free. You've stumbled. Yeah, I've never gotten this far with you. I don't know if you've heard the story about how I've never finished this game after 30 years. Ooh, I didn't change my stuff. I'm sure you've heard it. You've been around for this. But yeah, I never finished this game, so I am further than I have ever reached in this game. I know that's not the right words, or words, there's no words. I know that's not the right music, but I'll do it anyway. I do what I want. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, there's probably a lot of stuff I should go back. Now that I have, like, the hookshot stuff. Wait, so what other, like, weapons are left? So I think for the lurk. I have to clean the bunny's air smart, and I'm not excited. I mean, like, cuddles along. I know, right? He's just like, and I, like, watch the little tip of his hat. It, like, bounces. It's so cute. Windfish slumbers long. The hero's life gone. What? What? Oh, my life gone? Give it back. Give it back, please. So I didn't find the mermaid's necklace. Ah! Okay, this is Animal Village. So, where's the... Where's the face cave? Wait, didn't I just see it somewhere? Well, I haven't been over here at all. Oh wait, I can probably go back up there now, can't I? To Telltale Heights, because I have the hookshot. A macho K in chat. In case you're into that gross type of stuff. You could not, and that'd be fantastic. Thank you. Alright, so here's this mermaid statue. The Morning Mermaid by Shul. A scale is missing. Yeah, if I find the mermaid's necklace, she'll give me a scale. Oh, I need you to get out of this little corner because I need to go in here. Oh my god, fine, just buzz me because I need to get in here. Okay. Move, please. Thank you. Oh wait, aren't there bubble spots to dig, not dig, to dive? Isn't that a thing that they told me before? Oh my gosh, see? Look. This is the fishing guy. What? This is the fishing... What? Why is that there? That's the fishing guy. Huh. So the mermaid's necklace. I have to find the mermaid's necklace because if I give the necklace to her, she'll give me a scale. But I'm wondering... I have the fishing hook for the trade sequence. So I'm wondering... Maybe I need to do that. Maybe I need to do the trade sequence first. I'm Arbs. Ah! There's nothing here? There's no way. There's no way there's nothing here. Come on, move out of the way, please. I'm okay. I'm a little tired. I did take a nap before stream, but... You know... How far is this into the game? This is pretty far. I only have 3 temples left. And I have the whole map uncovered. If you see, if I zoom out. I unlocked the whole map now. I'm trying to get up here. That's where I think I need to go. That's where I think I need to head. Oh, I hit the wrong button. I hit the wrong button. Okay, there we go. Did anyone do anything fun and exciting today? Did anyone else find a cat at their job? The fish in the water are cute. They're mean. They're bullies. They're bullies. Alright, let's go to this fast travel point here. See if we can make it. Alright, so we want to go this way, I think. Let's do this one first. I don't know. I thought it's so good. I saw you. The name Box for the cat is pretty good. What kind of build you running this time, Wolfie? Or I guess what kind of character, not really build. Okay, so negative there. No, I don't. We'll see. Marks. I have a Nord Dragonite, mostly chopping these into little pieces. Well, Dragonite, gross. No, Marps, it's just my regular sword. That you start with the game with. Okay, so all that goes there, goes there, goes there. Can I just jump? I can, okay. Where does this go? than I can at this point in the game. Well, I'm much further than you are in the game. I like the game, but I will say the quest that unexpectedly fast traveled me somewhere else. When I'm trying to do a ton of... Yeah, that was one of the things about ESO that used to drive me crazy. Is like, you'd be like, okay, I'm gonna do everything in this particular map area. And then your first quest takes you somewhere else, and you're like, oh, okay, well, never mind. Oh, that was a coincidence. That was a coincidence. I know, I was starting to wonder if I need some sort of a better sword, because you kill stuff very easily with a couple strikes. No, there's no other sword. It's the only one. No, I did this already, didn't I? This is in the castle, right? Yeah, it is. Okay, so I should be able to climb tall, tall heights. Like, I have the hook shot now. I should be able to climb. Yeah, some arms. Where's this? This is the seashell house, okay. Oh my god, is that a fast travel spot this whole time? What is this? Do I dig here? Huh. Okay, so... See, I need to go this way. Let me look. Let me look. So there's a thing there. Oh, there's a temple right here. So I need to get over here. I need to cross this entire thing. We're gonna list and plan out what I need to do, and I can share with you and think that you could help with. Okay. Just don't, like, Marbs, I don't want you to get ahead of yourself. I don't want you, and I especially, like, listen very carefully. I do not want you to go into this expecting that I'm going to magically make a successful channel for you. That's not what's going to happen. I will give you the tools for you to do it, and I will show you how to use the tools. But I am not going to do the work for anybody. I'm not doing the work. I'm not building a brand for anyone. I'm not, you know, I'm giving you the tools to do it yourself. I don't want you to get ahead of yourself and be like, here's all my plans, and, you know, we go through all this stuff and it's not what you want at the end of the day, you know? Box 7, I got kind of excited when I found some fancy waterproof bone-conducting headphones? Bone-conducting headphones? But I don't know if my head is the wrong shape for this particular set, or if this set is just sucks in general, but they don't really work for me. What are bone-conducting headphones? I have to do the rest. Okay, I just want to make sure that that's clear, and that I just listen. I still stream to 5 viewers more often than not. I still stream to 10 viewers more often than not. I'm not some Twitch partner that's gonna magically hand you the keys to success, because at the end of the day, I don't even have these keys. But what I can give you is I can give you access to the tools to better yourself. You know, you guys, you still have to do the rest. You know, like if I were some amazingly perfect streamer, like I wouldn't be streaming to nobody half the night, you know. I just don't want anyone to get their hopes up and think like it's just gonna magically turn into some answer for you. Pine cone. Okay, we'll do it in a minute. Then go on or over. They rest on your cheekbones and basically transmit sound through the bone. I've never heard of that. These ones, though, don't seem to really sit right. Also, they're best for swimming, hence the waterproofness. I've never heard of that before. That seems so strange. Want to learn, and if me learning equals better than I am now. Okay, okay. I just, like I said, I don't want people going into this thinking that I'm going to do the work for them, or that I'm going to basically tell them, you know, some magical key to success, because it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna, you know, more often than not, I help people, and then they go off to be more successful than me, so I'm putting myself at a huge risk here. Most people get into the sound qualities, or it's gonna be a little weird, as far as I know, that tend to be more expensive. Because they're more niche. Yeah, I imagine the waterproof bone headphones for swimming are probably a big thing, you know? Is this where I need to go? Please tell me. Of course it's not. Why would it be where I need to go? What do you say, music? Fish? Okay, I know. Okay, how the frickety frick do I get up here then? Wait, can I do anything in these now? Oh, is my food here yet? My food's probably here. Yeah, my food's here. Alright, hold on one second, guys. I'll be right back. My food's been here for a couple minutes. Okay, I have food. I'm glad I like remembered, because it had been out there for a couple minutes already. I want to support you because I like what you do. I like being here. I want to learn, and I think you can be an excellent teacher. I'm just happy if I could pull off a few of the OBS tricks you do. That'd be a big upgrade. If I could get the laptop converted over to OBS from Streamlabs, that'd be a big help. I just want to spend time working on this, or I'm not banging my head to the desk over and over again. Yeah. A lot of stuff Like, okay, so for example, the OBS stuff. I am probably not going to sit with you and import every single thing from Streamlabs into OBS with you. That's a waste of our time together. What I will do is I will give you, this is how you can import your stuff with an auto transfer. This is how you can back up your things using a cloud save. Like, I'm gonna give you the tools. We're not gonna waste our time by doing things that you could be doing in the background yourself. I will give you the tools. I will show you how to do things. I will show you where you can find the information to do what you need to do. But us sitting there while you're importing stuff from OBS to one thing is a waste of our time. I can show you how to do it. I can teach you how to do it. Then you go in your own time and you do it. And if you still can't do it, you're having problems, then we go back in and we address it. But we're not going to waste our time by sitting there and me doing the work with you. Does that make sense? Oh my god, I literally spawned in on a cracker thing? Oh my god, I didn't even walk over there, game. I didn't even walk over there. Oh my gosh. The first sip of your drink. Ooh, so good. So crispy. And another thing, that I'm gonna kind of put my foot down with is I'm not gonna teach people how to copy me. I'm not gonna teach people how to replicate things they see on my stream. You know, I will teach people how to use the tools, and if they can figure out how to replicate things, that's fine. But I'm not gonna teach somebody how to copy me. No, Marbs, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. I mean, okay, so we have our session, and you go, okay, Pink, I need to learn how to transfer stuff into OBS. And I go, okay, Marbs, this is what you do. And I give you your little article, your little walkthrough with your step-by-step instructions. And I say, this is what we do. I'm not going to sit there while you follow my step-by-step instructions and do the things. That's a waste of our time. I'm going to, basically what I would like is for you to say, I need help transferring OBS. I need help learning how to put a filter onto my camera. I need help learning how to do individual alerts for different bit amounts. Like things like that. Like, I want people to come to me with specific goals in mind, not like, I need help streaming. Like, that's nothing. But if you come to me and you say, Pink, I don't know how to make my alerts different for different bit amounts, or I don't know how to put a filter on my microphone, things like that. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you the tools necessary to do those things, and we're going to go through and we're going to basically gather all the tools and all of the information together that you need to do these things. But it's going to be a waste of our time if I sit there while you're doing them. You know what I mean? Like, it's different if you're like, hey, Pink, I've been making this command and mix it up and it doesn't work. Can you help me? Like, that's something different where we're like, okay, we're going to go into mixed up together and we're going to troubleshoot and we're going to get through it. But I'm not going to build your overlays in OBS. I'm not going to tell you what color your logo should be to make your brand look better, you know? You know what I'm saying? Hi, Chaos. Welcome in. Hello. That's different because I can't get it to work. You can't get what to work? See, and you need, like, details, Marbs. I need more detail. You can't get what to work? You can't get your bits to work. You can't get OBS to work. Why? Why are you in here? Go. Oh my gosh. I think I need my dog. My dogs need to go out. Hold on. Inconvenient timing, doggies! I apologize. I apologize. I think my dog just needed to go potty. Yes, exactly, exactly, Marbs. You got it, exactly. Just as long as we're on the same page and we understand that, like, that this is stream help, stream coaching. This isn't stream, you know, stream magic or anything, you know what I'm saying? Okay. I cannot figure this out. And I'm getting really frustrated here. So if I can't go there... Alright, how do I get up here originally? Here? How do I get here? Can I do this? Alright, hold on. How? So I can get here, which goes here, and then I can't go there. Where's Dude? Dude is... Shit. How do you get up here? It's gotta be here. It has to be right here. It has to be there. It has to be. This has to be it. Right here. This has to be how you get up here. That has to be it. Alright, okay. I have a branding guy to work with and an artist, so I don't need your help with that. What I need is more technical help getting the software parts to work. Hardware is good, configuration of the software and plugins is where I get in trouble. My controller is quite literally on, my bro. It's not even beeping or flashing that it's dying. It's on. Oh my god, user. So this one right here should be turned off because I opened this shrine. So this waterfall should be turned off because I went into that dungeon already. Okay, back over to the teleporter. Back over to the teleporter. Also, I should eat. I should eat while my food is still warm, so I don't forget. So how do I get in here? This way. I don't know how to kill these things. The floating guys. Okay, so I'm here. So... Let's just go. Nowhere. Isn't this set of stairs something? And you have flippers on your feet? Yeah. Magic flippers. Oh my god, this isn't it. Okay. Alright, how do I get up here? Okay, so if I go here, I go in that cave. I think it leads here. Okay. Okay. Magic flippers, yep. Nothing in Zelda makes sense, yet somehow everything makes sense. Oh, I turned around to grab a french fry. Okay, so this is my final hurrah right here. If this isn't right, I don't know what to do. Okay, so then this goes over. So cute, the other one you're playing? Tears of the Kingdom is the best Zelda game I've ever played, though. Still so good. Wait. Wait. I can get this chest now. Purple rupee! Man, I don't need money. I literally am money. Oh, a Growlithe in chat, guys. Oh yeah, that's right. There's like an event going on or whatever. I don't own any Ultra Balls. Yes, I do. It's fine. I'm super cool. Okay, so then I should, in theory... What's this? Where does this go? Whoa, whoa, whoa. We gotta grind seasons of Pokemon community game now? Bamba. Ooh, alright, hold on, let's go back over here. What are we doing in here, dogs? GG, I don't like when you do that. You're joking. Throw the thing! Link is so stupid sometimes, I swear. You are near the Eagle's Tower. Beware of the bird. What? Peace power. Let's go. so this takes me where? Here. Okay. So many questions. This is here, which goes down. Okay. Jorge Maria. Okay, now where does this go? Here. How is it your wish list has 25% of the items, but in a different color? I don't know. Yeah, my whole setup is pink and white, so... Oh, you son of a... You're joking with me. They can't bump you that far back. There's nothing even in here. Good taste. Yeah, I don't actually own any of it though. So is it technically considered good taste? You just want it? Oh, Astro 2 without a space. Because it's Astro 2 without a space. And the Astro 2 is the Psychonauts, yeah. And then 3 is, what is that melody? And then 4 is the, what's your source? You just get the item, but it's safe. So, like, I don't have to give,
My source is that I made it the fuck up.
I don't have to give people my address. They don't have to give me their name. It's just, it's more for safety. And there's no markup. Like, essentially it just goes right to the store. And the thing about Throne is that people are able to suggest gifts. So if they're like, hey, I saw this thing that I think would really be cool in your stream room, like, I'd like to gift it to you, you can, like, submit it and I can be like, yes or no. I have to go all the way back. I'm so pissed. Actually, it's just there, okay. I know the gift is coming. Yeah, the gifter can choose to tell me who gifted it, or they can be anonymous. But yeah, I get a notification. And the other thing is, like, excuse me, it can be like a group thing. Like my chair, my secret lab chair. Is there a markup with Throne? Nope. Nope. The only markup would be if the creator itself, like, pulls it from an Amazon link and they change the price. Which I don't do, because there's no reason to mark it up, because, like, once it's, like, if you guys buy something for me and it's one and done and it's there and it gets sent to me, like, why would I mark it up? Like, I am so very sorry. It's okay. I had the feeling you were sweeping. But no, Wolfie, there shouldn't be. There shouldn't be any markup. And I would say 95% of the stuff that I have on my Throne wish list is Amazon links. So there's no markup from that. Because, like, okay, take this with a grain of salt, because I don't mean, I'm not like, I want you to buy me stuff. Like, no. But, like, I want you guys to be able to gift things without there being like this insane markup or insane like I don't want you guys to have to spend any more money than you're already so graciously willing to do for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna mark shit up. Like, I want you guys to give me stuff. You know? AC maintenance mess with my sleep, so my body overcompensates. I feel horrible. No, you're okay. Don't feel bad about me. Like, we can chill after stream and play something after stream if you want. No pressures from me. Esoteric, maybe the price is high. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I've looked at your throne. Wolfie, you don't even care about my digital wish list? Wow. I need that key! Almost fell. Okay, how? Oh my god, I got it! You didn't have to move all the stuff! Oh my god. Ninja lurk for a bit. No problem, Marbs. Oh, how the... Okay, so I clearly can't be here yet. Lol. So that's not it. You ever sneeze so hard you feel your brain escape? Yes, sometimes, yeah. You sneeze so hard, like your eardrums and like your brain and your nose hurt, yeah. Is this a Chinkin place? A Chimkin? Oh my god, Chimkins, hi. Chickens these days don't have the fighting spirit they used to. How's Box? Box went home with one of my coworkers, and I have not. I'll text her. She works overnights, so she's currently at work right now. So I'll send her a text when I end stream and ask her what happened with Box. If she ended up taking Box to the like animal control, or if she ended up keeping Box. Honestly, most of the streamers glance at it because I get the impression they're kind of fake, and for some reason looking at their wish list is part of my process of deciding. Oh my gosh, I couldn't tell you what it tells me though. That's so funny. I feel like people who put like anything and everything on their wish list are kind of the people who are like, chat will buy it for me. It's okay, chat will buy it for me. Like, you know, whereas like me, it's like, most of the stuff that's on my list is either A, stream upgrades, or B, just little cute little things that I think would be like a cute little pick-me-up feel-good kind of thing. So like, you know, like a lot of stuff is like just cute little things that it would be cute to receive, but no big deal. You know, like I've got like an Overwatch pop on there, I've got some stuff for my dogs. But the majority of stuff is like stream upgrades. Like I have a new mic that I really would like to get, the Beacon mic. I would really like to transfer over to the Beacon brand, is what my long-term goal is. So I would like to get the Beacon mic and the Beacon mixer and all that stuff. But like, you know, that's just kind of like, that's kind of like a, hey, like this is what my goal is kind of thing, you know? But yeah, we can play later. I want to see your excellent house in Fallout, Yaga, so I can judge. Yeah, if I see mostly stream stuff or stream room stuff, I'm fine. When I see like weird luxury items, yeah, like it's not chat's responsibility to pay for like it's not chat's responsibilities to pay for your hobbies and stuff, you know. Like I have some games on there. I have DoorDash gift cards because, you know, I DoorDash a lot while I'm streaming, so like that would be a big kind of relief off my shoulders, you know. So like there's like things that it's like everything that's there is somehow related to stream, whether it's to do with my stream room, my stream setup, or there's like I think like Cult of the Lamb and maybe like Oregon Trail, like Steam cards, like Steam codes might be on there. Like it's all stuff that's having to do with stream. Like I'm not gonna be like, oh my god guys, can you guys buy me a pack of Lysol wipes to clean my dog's poop? Thanks. I ran out of wood at one point, so I had to go adventuring. I'm so excited to see, I really am. 17? Wowza. Did you do what I said? Did you join that? Oh yeah, you did. You joined that public team before I left. That's right. That's right. I got really into it. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm glad to have somebody to play with. Like, Brosif played with me for a little bit, but I think Brosif was playing because I asked to play, not necessarily because they were really, really enjoying it, you know? Oh, this is O'Reilly! I had to join a few more, yeah. That's how it happens sometimes. Sometimes, like, everyone will leave, or... yeah. I did an event, but it came in at the end. But hey, did you get credit for it? Then that's all that matters. I do that all the time. There are some events I don't really like to do. So I'll like come in towards like, which I know would be close to the end. How do I... What? How... So I can't go in here either? I'm so confused. Credit and loot. That's all we're there for. XPs and loot. For the shop to get new stuff every Tuesday. So yeah, unfortunately we're gonna have to look at this crap in the shop for another week. Okay, so that got me to here. But it didn't get me over here. Because I can't go in... whatever this thing is blocking me. Okay, I'm not in the right place then. I don't know where to go. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it said... so I got the... okay, hold on. Let me just gather my thoughts for a second. I'm not asking for back seating. I'm just trying to gather my thoughts for a second. So, we beat Temple number 5. And the clue for Temple number 5 was Shrine. So then the Windfish said that we had to go to the ruins, which we did, and then we got the face key. So I'm gonna assume the face shrine is where I need to go. So the face key was over here. In this building here. So... where's the face shrine? Like, where's the face shrine? It's gotta... is this it? Right here? That's... I bet that's it. I bet that's it. I bet that's it. Okay, I think that's... I think that's where we have to go. Backseating leads to trunking. Trunking. That sounds interesting. Guys, do you ever like write a tweet or write a Facebook post or write something and you're like, this is funny, like this shit's gonna do numbers, like this is good. I feel good about this. I feel good about this tweet. This tweet's gonna be, people are gonna think this is funny. And then like 3 people read it and you're like, oh, okay, I guess not. Because I thought my Stardew Valley tweet was really funny, but I guess I'm just sleep deprived, or I guess I'm just not funny. Alright, so if I go here... I'm gonna do that. I don't know if the Seashell Mansion will is the closest to where I need to go, but we're gonna try. Yeah, I'll put them in the trunk. Lol. Yeah, I needed you when I was playing Subnautica and people were backseating the shit out of me. Put them in the trunk. Ah! I shot him at the last second. I've never been in this temple. I do not know what I'm walking into right now. I don't even know what the weapon is gonna be. Like, it's gotta... Is it gonna be something new? I have 4 slots left. Is it gonna be something new, or is it gonna be an upgrade, I wonder? Is it, like, gonna be the level 2 bracelet? Do I need the level 2 bracelet to move the... windmill in town? Oh my, I did not expect you guys. Wait, how? They don't... how do you kill them? Alright, hold on, let me try this. No, okay. Okay, arrow. Oh, I have no arrows left. Shit. Okay, hold on. What are these elephants? That's a thing. A button. Push button. Oh, which way should we go? This way. Let's go this way first. Oh, I need those arrows that I cannot get yet. Alright. Let's go this way. Dark. It is dark. I guess I am supposed to turn on the light. I got a piece of power. Okay, but what do I do in this? What are these balls? Do they hurt me? They probably hurt me. Woo, they hurt me. I am not a fan. Well, That doesn't help me at all. Nope. You touched me too many times. Thank you. Okay. Those are like chess pieces over there. I don't have the beak. Okay, so right off the bat, I can't do anything. Okay. I can't beat those guys yet. That's fine. So we'll go this way. What do I do with these statues, I wonder? Seeing things did a word pop up when you were near the elephant? Lift. Yeah, but I don't think I can. Yeah, I think I need strength level 2. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get the level 2 strength bracelet here. Yeah, my guess is that you get the level 2 bracelet in this one, and then you probably get the double hook shot in the next one. Need a pot? But there's not a pot. Do bombs trigger the crystal switches? Yeah, actually. Good call. Can I walk in with a... No. Yeah. Now that you say that, let's go back. Bombs are probably actually the best way because you can kind of time it a little better, maybe? Let's try it. So then these should be... Yep, okay. Okay, now... Oops, I wasted a second. Okay, hold on. I don't know how to... Oh, you son of a bitch! Sounds like an angry hamster. Who, which one? Me? Hit! 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 Compass or map? Compass. Okay. Okay, I can't miss either of these hits here. So. Oh my god, I'm annoyed. Okay, it wouldn't be as bad if it wasn't for this stupid skull. Yeah, I'm fucked. God damn it. God, I have to go all the way back? Really? The little wizard dude. What is the point of that? There's no pots. Huh. Okay. That one? Hey! I'm already confused. Like, I love that. Alright, I need arrows. Simple as that. I need arrows. I can't do anything. So, this goes here, and then I can't go down. Oh, the beak! Okay, hold on. There's a bird in the beginning of the thing, right? Oh, here's arrows. Can I, like, keep reloading this for more arrows? No, you can't. So, is it gonna be just, no, it's all three again? Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. I cannot miss a single shot. Okay, give me key, chest, key, chest, chest. Okay. What is it? The map. Okay. Oh, I need those arrows. Damn it. Oh, good. they're still there. Okay. Okay, so I need... I can't reset this. See, I can't. What the heck? See, now I've gotten myself stuck. I'm so confused right now. Okay, so that's different now. So this, I still don't have arrows to go back to that second room again. That's over here. I'm stuck. Like, unless I get arrows, I can't do anything in here. Like, I can't do anything in here unless I get arrows. Alright, so let's go back and see if that room will give me arrows again. The pots, though, is weird. Like, how do you get pots in that room? Alright, give me these. Okay. Now let's go back. Nope. Up and then over. Up and then around. Okay, I can't mess this up this time. Shit, go away, stupid skull. Like, every time I go to go shoot, you're there. Okay, that's one. Key? Okay. So now we can go back to... Oh my god. So now we can go back to the beginning of the level. And open that door. There are some enemies in the Zelda games that just actually piss me off. And the bouncing skulls that you can't kill are one of them. Like these zappy boys that you can't do anything with. I hate them so much. They just run into you while you're trying to evade them. Like, yes, they have a pattern. Yes, I know they have a pattern. But still. Shit, I did it again. So the blue needs to be up for me to go through here. Okay. I thought it was the other way. Okay. needs to be up for me to be able to go here? Okay, hold on. So how do I... I don't know. How do you get back through here with blue up? He can, but like, you can't, so I need to be on this side of the orange wall for when the blue, fuck you! For when the blue goes up, and I can't throw over this. I can't throw over the pieces that are up. God, these guys are so annoying. Like, they simply are just like, they just annoy me existing. Alright, so... I can, but when no, so, okay, so here's the problem, is that I can, like, I get what you're saying, so I can be standing on this one right here, right? And then I can throw the what you call it. But the problem is that when it goes down, it's going, oh, hold on. Okay, so if I stand on this while it's up, I throw it, and then hop over. All right, I'm gonna try it. I don't know if it's gonna work. I think I know what you're trying to say. I know I didn't finish a single sentence, but I think I know what you're trying to say. Okay. Trigger. Right here. Leave me alone. Okay, so. Alright, so. No. Throw. No! You fuck! Fucking. No, I don't want to turn sticky keys on. Shut up. Fucking wizards. So fucking stupid. I have a piece of power. Why can't I kill them? I have a piece of power! God, fucking fucks. I'm so fucking pissed the fuck off. This is so oh. Just waste all my fucking resources and shit. Yeah, I have to go back. Fuck. I'm gonna have to kill them again too, because I had to walk all the way fucking back. I'm so fucking pissed the fuck off. Oh, thank God. Oh, just for this one single time you did me a favor and didn't screw me over, game. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it more than you know. Okay. All the way back through. supposed to kill them all? Technically, yes, if I don't miss. Which, I'm gonna right off the bat. Yes, definitely 76 after stream, yeah. Yes, yes, yes. I will be there. I will be there. It's 10:30. I probably will end after I finish this temple unless I get too frustrated, which I already am. Which I already am. Are you on 76 now? Devo, the boys are late for you. I see. Mini boss. Catch with me. Oh my god. No! What it is, but it's funny. And it's dead. Okay. I did. I used his own ball against him. I played his own game. What? What? Why does this teleport me? The fervor which Link runs with the ball is hilarious. He's really like, why are you running, meme? Why are you running? Why are you running? Hi, Biggie. How you doing? Okay, so this room here. Something's up. Something's different. See, look at how this one has a floor and this one doesn't. Okay, so I can't do anything yet. What? What? You got the Pokemon? You did, you got the Bird Knight. I'm so there to there. Here. I need oh my god. I need the strength bracelet upgrade, I think, to lift these elephants. No, I passed an owl before. Hold on. See, I need to move, okay, I need to move that elephant. So yeah, I'm pretty confident in saying that you're gonna get the level 2 strength bracelet in this dungeon. Alright, where was the owl? And then this, I can't do this, right? Was this where I couldn't do anything? Because this is just, oh, is this the owl? No. So I need blue down to go down here. There it is. Enter the space where the eyes have walls. What does that mean, though? I need to get in here. Okay. Enter the space where the eyes have walls. Okay, so this should be right now. Okay, this should be right now, I think. I hope. Okay. Okay, let's get our bow. We've got 4. We can't miss any shots. Okay. Okay. Door open. Okay. Please be strength level 2. Yes, there it is. Okay. Okay. So now we can start lifting these elephants. Yes. Okay. Well, hi. This game looks adorable. It is deceivingly adorable because it's actually one of the more difficult Zelda games, honestly. How you doing, Candy? Welcome in. Yes, it's deceivingly difficult, honestly. But it's fun. This is dungeon number 5, I think. I'm good. How are you? I'm good. I'm good. I am struggling my way through this dungeon, but I think I've started to make some progress. So we can go back up, and then we can move the this one. Yes, this one, I think. So what happens when I move this one? Nothing. Okay, okay. So that's not this. So we have to go back up to the other room.
Seek fluid intake immediately.
Okay, DJ. But I'm very good, Candy. I'm very good. It's good to see you. Alright, so we're gonna drop a bomb to time that. I'd need a map for it. Yeah. So there is a map. Technically there's a map. But you have to like unlock it as you're going, and it can be a lot. But I really love this game. And I've told this story a dozen times, and deal with it, chat. I'm telling the story to Candy, so you can deal with it. I played this game when I was a kid. It came out in 1993 on the Game Boy. And I played the absolute crap out of it when I was a kid. But I never beat it because it was hard. It was really difficult. So when they re-released it on Switch, I was like, I'm finally gonna beat that game. I'm determined to finally beat this game. So we're gonna beat this game, even though it's been 25 years or 30 years or whatever. Let's go. I know, I'm further than I've ever made it. I'm further than I've ever been. I had only ever gotten to the 4th dungeon when I was little, and now I'm currently in the 5th dungeon. So I have officially passed my 8-year-old Krista progress. I have officially beaten my 8-year-old self. Did I take water? I am doing it right now. Can you hear me sip? I don't think you can hear me sip. But I did. I sipped. I sipped. Yeah. Yeah. Wait, why do you... What? Wait, why do you bounce? Yeah. What the heck? There's no way. There's no way you're supposed to just be able to throw this thing, right? How do you do that? Alright, let's just go upstairs first. I don't know. Oh, I'm outside? Wait, what? Why does this take you outside? Okay, I need to figure out. That's what I thought too. So, but there was the one time where it should have landed on here properly and it didn't. Okay. Yeah. So it went here. Okay, so. Okay. So this way here. See, it's there. It's just not landing flat. Oh. Okay, so it's literally just luck. Okay. Okay. Nice. Because I did definitely throw them over in that direction. Hi, McGawful. How you doing, friend? Hope you're doing well. Okay. I'm okie doke. I'm okie doke. Wednesdays are just a very, very long day for me. It's an early day at work. I have therapy in the afternoons, and it's just I have a lot on Wednesdays on my plate. So I'm usually pretty tired on Wednesdays, but all in all, things are good. Life is good. You know, I'm feeling, I don't want to say I'm feeling good because that's a little generous, but I'm feeling like there is possibly a light at the end of the tunnel, which I haven't felt like in a very long time. So if that helps you understand just the cloud that has been lifted, then you'll understand that, like, I'm not where I want to be, but I'm good. Not where I want to be, but I'm feeling good and taking baby steps. is all I can do, you know? But yes, I'm good. I'm very good. Thank you for asking. Oh, shoot. I screwed that up. Whoopsies. Why is there so many rupees? Like, I'm so rich beyond my imagination. I don't need rupees. Okay, so now we should be able to go to that sliding room. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Okay. Oh my lord. There are so many of them. One at a time. One at a time. Wait, how are you? Okay. A netball. A Caterpie. A Caterpie. Guys, what if I, like... What if I just mispronounced every Pokemon name, like, ever? Just, like, but never, like, never acknowledge it or anything. I'm like, a Caterpie? Yes. Hop onto the top of the crystals to move forward. Hop on top of the crystals. Yo, I legit can't. I'm stuck. Okay, so that opened that. Okay, hold on. Was there a switch somewhere? Okay, so there has to be a switch, and I have to be able to go back there. A key. A key. A key. So, how does that help? What? Where's there a crystal to switch things? Good job, DJ. Yeah, see, I knew that one that was different. I knew it. Okay, let's see if this takes me where I need to go. Ooh. Ooh. Oh my god, no, just jump on the ladder. Why are you not? You're not jumping on the ladder. Nice. There we go. Calling it a night, so I'm not a zombie. Good night, DJ. Thank you for being here. Woo! Ooh, those are holes in the floor. Okay. Good night, TJ! See you next time. Oh my god, come on. This is so dumb. I hate these zappy boys. They're so unfair. And since you can't kill them, they just eat away at your life. Alright, I have to do this thingy again here. Alright, so... Nope, one more over. Okay, you win, okay? You win. I'll move this stupid thing. Okay, jeez. Oh, those are so annoying. Okay, this way. Oh, okay. That's different. Alright, these are gonna drop on me. Yep. Wait, can I? Nope. Well, it would probably help if I actually was able to charge my run before that, but you know. Yeah, okay. Okay. Bunnies. How do you beat these guys? With bombs? Yep. Oh my gosh, you're gonna be annoying, aren't you? You're gonna be annoying, aren't you? You're gonna be annoying, aren't you? Okay. Are you winning? Hi, Raven. No, actually, I am struggling something fierce today. How are you? There's no way to get through this without being hit. I have a quarter of a heart left. Oh god, here we go. Okay. I'm gonna be annoying. That's not that. I didn't say anything. Why'd you do that? Oh no! What? Hold on, no. Oh, okay. Why? I was right the first time. See, because this one goes the other way. Or wait. This way. This way. Okay. This way. I lied. What the heck? This... Yes. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Huh. Yep, dude's literally just gonna hit me a bunch of times while I run through. Okay, so then I need to go down, and then down. Okay. Are you gonna kiss? He's like, nah, we'll eat it, don't you worry. Ah, I fell! Not paying attention. Oh, you will eat it, don't you worry. Give me the fairy, give me the fairy. Don't go in there, please. Give me the fairy. Yeah. Got it. Okay, was that a mini boss or was that just like a little annoying little room? Give me this fairy. Oh yeah, I can't take it. I'm full. Okay. Chow. Where does this go? Same. Okay. Oh, I don't have a key. Where? I bet it's right there. Shit. Okay. Can I get... Sure, Raven, go ahead. Rivers or Brooks? Probably Brooks. A good little babbling Brook. Now for something Twitch related, sure. You found some secret medicine? Apply it and see what happens. That wasn't a key? What? That wasn't a key. I was doing this Twitch thing. Any ideas why? Yes, too much caffeine and lack of sleep, actually. You need to decrease your caffeine intake and increase your sleep. Now, when I give people medical advice, it is strictly for them to follow, not for me to follow. This way, this way. Go this way, or is it blocked? I think it's blocked. Yeah, this is the owl, right? And it doesn't jump. Yeah, it doesn't have a jump down. Okay, okay, okay. Okay. Annoying. For real though, I need your help. Sure. There's this Discord thing. Yes. And Majora's Mask is better than Ocarina of Time. There is quite a lot of Discord about that. You are right. It's a lot of feelings about the Zelda franchise, you know? I wonder how many people think that this is one of the most frustrating games they've ever played. Armaldo in chat. Okay, so this goes... This doesn't go where I want it to go. Okay. This doesn't go where I want it to go. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm outing. I'm running out of steam on this dungeon, guys. I'm not gonna lie right now. Alright, I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna save my game and I'm gonna reload it so that I am at the beginning of this dungeon because I'm tired. Good night, Raven. Have a good night. Oh, it put me here. Oh, that's... That's annoying. I made it again though without falling that time. Stupid wizards. Okay, so what's this? Where does that staircase go? Okay, so go here. Funny, when I played for Bumble, I didn't get people liking me, but now they're not paying supposedly 3 people like me, that I am assuming Bumble is keeping out of my liking options. Yeah, I'm too broke to pay your fee, and yeah. You're probably exactly right. It's probably, they're like, oh, don't you want to see your matches? You're like, why can't you just show me my matches? Like, why does it have to be a game? Okay, where does this go? Okay. Oh, okay, perfect. I haven't been here yet. Wait, I need to do something. Wait, can you kill the purple thing? Is that a No, I didn't think you could. How do you... Ah, you can kill the purple thing. Okay. Back on track. The whole thing is that I haven't matched them. Presumably they may come up my feed, but I suspect one won't show them. Yeah, since you're not paying. Yep, it's probably... Oh, wait. Didn't the... Didn't he say... Oh, shit, you can't see? He said something about the eye, remember? Alright, that's the boss key I don't have. Where's the boss? I don't have a key. Something's not right. I can't get this chest. I don't have this key. Did I screw myself in this shrine? I thought that they fixed that and you weren't able to accidentally like open doors out of order. What did it say about the eye? Does anyone remember what it said about the eye? Hi Danzig, welcome in. I'm really concerned, guys. I can't get this chest. This is the only chest. I thought that they like did this so you couldn't get stuck. See, compass is telling me there's something here. All right, I'm gonna like Oh my god. A fucking unmarked key. I knew it. I knew I couldn't have fucked it up. Okay. Okay! Okay. I knew I couldn't have fucked it up. I knew that they fixed that. I knew that they fixed that. Oh, no. It's okay. I'll start at the beginning of the temple now. Oh, no, I have a fairy. That's right. Well. Okay. All right. So now we can go get this last key, which should be... here. I forgot how to get there. Hey, what are you doing, GG? Chill with that. So I have to go here. Which is where? I also forgot, I had a question about rating. Sure. WoW reading. Yes, I don't play WoW. So I might not be able to answer your raid question. Effectively, I mean. Okay, so I have to get to this. And I don't remember which staircase brings me there. Pizza or french fry? Pizza. Obviously. Oh, that reminds me, I have a cheeseburger. Cheeseburger. Is Broseph still live? No? They're just chilling in Discord, that's funny. I hope they're still alive. Pizza fries. Ooh, pizza fries sound good. Okay, so now how do I get back? This. Is it that? Right. This way. What are these big glowing balls? Ah! Yeah, Super Mario Bros. Stuff. Yeah. Because they shared a lot of intellectual property in the 90s and stuff. Okay, so here. You fucking kidding me, Shy Guy? Get out of here. The end boss? I don't know. I've never gotten that far. I'm gonna backseat then. Okay, so that doesn't go there, so. How did I get here? It's gotta be. Backseats need more cup holders and air control, it's true. Final Fantasy 14! Nice! Hi, Miss Farrell, how was your stream? Thank you so much for the raid! Thank you. How was your stream? Welcome in, everybody. I usually have a camera, and I'm usually a little bit more energy, but Wednesdays are my very, very long day, and I'm a little sleepy, so we're just gonna hopefully fingers crossed, we're gonna work our way through the rest of this dungeon. And yeah, hi Sully. Equanimity? Hopefully I said that right. Hello, hi. But welcome in, Raiders. Thank you so much for being here. If you don't know who I am, hi, welcome in. My name is Krista, or Pinxel. Most people just call me Pink. I am a variety streamer, and I play a little bit of everything, ranging from things...
fluid intake immediately.
Thank you, Sully. Seeking from things like Lego games, Nintendo games, simulators, shooters, survival games, and everything in between. I do have a very quick video that I like to show whenever we get a raid, just to kind of show off the channel, what to expect, you know, the vibes, all that good stuff. I like to kind of think of it like, you know, when you go to the movies and you see a little movie trailer before you see the movie you came to go see. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you in a moment. Hi there, friend. Are you a human being with disgusting bodily functions? They can't know we're like this until they're here. I'm sorry that you didn't get to experience the bus. This is what heroes look like. You can't do anything with human meat, which is kind of boring. Why did you hold it like that? Why are you looking so close?
I wasn't! I just looked down and I can see it!
Look at that donk. Put your clothes on. What if you just like collected a bunch of farts? What have I done? Are you pooping? I can't stream in these conditions. I have poopies for you. That won't and can't go wrong. Don't give me that baby. Oh my gosh, my mom. He's still rolling.
Yeet.
I was already out. That was for the smell. I'm trying to make the poop.
Chaos, come watch us.
I'm trying to make sure we don't die.
I'm a big girl. I do Mordors. I keep finding these boners. Maybe let's not say those things on my stream. It's like hot dogs. What is happening?
There's a deep rib.
What is this?
Deep rib.
Home. We home. Name every year in the 80s. I couldn't make this up if I tried. I don't want to fight in the poo. Where would Klefki's butthole be? You know, like these are the important questions. How do I know so much of Umbop? You did not just Umbop me.
Oh, we can play Yenga?
Yeah, I could play Shenga. Shenga? Go, bees! I just want to be beautiful like her. Is it working? I'm a cat, I can help you. He's totally dead. He's just standing there. Just because I was supposed to move him. What did? Oh. I look like the kid from Stranger Things. You can go anywhere on Twitch, and this is what you choose to do with your time.
You're like, yeah, and then you're like, yeah.
Thank you so much for the raid, Musa Farrell. I hope that you had a good night. I hope you all had a nice stream, nice cozy Final Fantasy stream. Equanimity, thank you so much for that follow. I appreciate it. Yeah, so I hope you guys like looking at maps 100 times because I need to get here, which means I need to get to this staircase, which means I need to get to this staircase, and I'm very lost right now. So we have to go here to here to here. To here. Oh my gosh, a second raid! A second raid! Horror Queen cosplay, hi! To be fair, some of the dungeons, they're so confusing, Danzig. You were playing Oregon Trail. I love to hear that. Queenie, how was your stream? Welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid. How many times did you die of dysentery? It's a very important question. We all have to know the answer. But welcome in, welcome in. I know that we did just get a raid from the wonderful Musa Farrell, but you know the rules here. Hello, hi, raiders, welcome in. If you do not know who I am, my name is Krista, or Pinxel. Most people just call me Pink. I'm a variety streamer here on Twitch, and I play a little bit of everything, ranging from things like Lego games, Nintendo games, simulators, shooters, survival games, and everything in between. Triforce, thank you so much for that follow. I have a very quick video that I like to show when we get a raid, just to see if this is someplace you might want to hang out, get to know us, spend some time, just kind of see what to expect here in the channel, the general vibes. I like to think of it like a little sneak peek before you decide to spend your time here. But I hope you guys enjoy, and I'm gonna stare at this map while you watch this, and I'll be right back. Hi there, friends. Are you a human being with disgusting bodily functions? They can't know we're like this until they're here. I'm sorry that you didn't get to experience the bus. This is what heroes look like. You can't do anything with human meat, which is kind of boring. Why did you hold it like that? Why are you looking so close?
I wasn't! I just looked down and I can see it!
Look at that donk. Put your clothes on. What if you just like collected a bunch of farts? What have I done? Are you pooping? I can't stream in these conditions. I have poopies for you. That won't and can't go wrong. Don't give me that baby. Oh my gosh, my mom. He's still rolling.
Yeet!
I was already out.
That was for the smell. I'm trying to make the poop.
Chaos, come watch us.
I'm trying to make sure we don't die.
I'm a big girl. I do Mordors. I keep finding these boners. Maybe let's not say those things on my stream.
It's like hot dogs. What is happening?
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
There's a deep rib.
What is this?
The noise from that.
Rib.
Ho-ho, we home. Name every year in the 80s. I couldn't make this up if I tried. I don't want to fight in the poo. Where would Klefki's butthole be? You know, like these are the important questions. How do I know so much of Umbop? You did not just Umbop me.
Oh, we can play Jenga?
Yeah, I could play Shenga. Shenga?
But I...
Go, bees! I just want to be beautiful like her. Is it working? I am Cat, I can help you. He's totally dead. He's just standing there. Just because I was supposed to move him. What did? Oh. I look like the kid from Stranger Things. You can go anywhere on Twitch, and this is what you choose to do with your time.
You're like, yeah. Then you're like, yeah.
Queen, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate you, and thank you so much for trusting me, of all people, with your community, especially after seeing that video. But I managed to find my way to where I need to be, so we can finally progress. So now here, here, here. Oh, look at this chat. Look at this chat. I finally figured it out. Okay, let's get this heart. Let's do this. Please be hearts. Please be hearts. Please be hearts. One single heart. Thank you. Okay. All right. So this has to be the boss key, right? No hearts. Not a one. Not a single heart here. All right. What does this bird say? To open a treasure chest, use the pots around it. Oh. Okay. I haven't played this game much. Yeah, this is... Oh. Alright, hold on. We might have to... Can I reset this somehow? Yep. Ooh. You've been stuck on the first dungeon? What does that switch do? I never got past dungeon number... Like, I beat dungeon number 3 and then never beat dungeon number 4. Like, when I played it, when it came out, you know, 30 years ago or whatever. And, I'm determined to get it now. Alright, I have to get these things to reset here. Alright, so... Okay, so I just did this. It's this staircase here. Okay, so it goes to this, and then from here, you go to here, which then goes to here. Okay. I really wanted to finish this dungeon before 12, but I don't see that happening. GG, go! You are not supposed to be in this room and you know that. Okay, so, okay. Back here. Back here, back here. Okay, so here goes to here. Okay. And then from here, I go up and around. past here. Okay, give me those hearts. Now, if I could get all the way back without losing any hearts and get all the way to the boss thing, that'd be amazing, but it probably won't happen. Okay. Back on track. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Here to here to down. Nope. I lost the heart. A half a heart. To here. Okay. Hook shot. Here. Okay. Boss key. Okay, now how do I get back to the boss? Oh, right where I was. Okay. Hi, driver. Welcome to the early crew. No! No! God, I hate it here. 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 Woo! Hi, bestie. How you doing, driver? How's things? God. Got a heart just to immediately lose it. Don't you love it? Okay, so here. Alright, I think I might be able to do this. I wanted to beat this boss before 12, but I think we're gonna do it. Alright. Jump. 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 Jump up. Jump up. Jump up. Jump up. Less than a week for school. Bleh. Icky. Icky doo doo poo poo. Icky doo doo poo poo. Ready for it to be over, but not ready for it to start. Yeah, I bet. Cause this is your last? Is this your last year? Shit, I don't have enough parts to do this boss. I guess we'll see. Icky doo doo poo poo. Boss time. I have no idea what I'm in for. Oh, you're a face. Hey, dummy, need a hint? My weak point is... Whoops. There you go, talking too much. Okay. Facade. Or facade. Facade. It's gotta show his weak point, right? Like all these tiles are gonna come up, and one of them's gonna be his weak point, right? Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! I don't want to have to go through this dungeon again to get to here, you know? Like, is it... Well, maybe if you're not stupid, Krista. Yeah. Oh, I was on him! Shit! Shit. Okay. First try. The windfish wakes up, everything on the island will be on forever. And I do mean everything. Okay, that boss was actually not hard. It was a little annoying, but it was not hard. Nice. Okay, let's get the triangle. The coral triangle on my brain chat. Mountain. Yes, I know. I've already gone up there and I can't do anything. Something calls from the mountains. The bird tower. No, there's 2 towers up there on both sides. Wow, it's so bright. I know you can't see my face, but it's very bright, chat. It's hurting my eyes. Okay, bird. Talk to me, bird. Hoot, hoot. Many monsters of this island fear that the windfish is about to awaken. The monster's power is real. They may conquer the island and destroy their foes. That day may come soon. Now go to the mountain tower. Fly like a bird. Yep. I've been up there already. Alright, chat. That is where we're gonna leave it. Because we don't start new dungeons. We don't start new dungeons this late. So yeah, we did it. Alright, I have now officially... I am the furthest I have ever gotten in Link's Awakening. So that's very exciting. But thank you for hanging out with me. I know that Wednesdays are kind of a hit or miss day because of my low energy and all that stuff. But I do appreciate you guys taking the time out of your night to come hang out with me, especially on days like today where I'm not always feeling the best. You know what I mean? So let's go find someone to raid here. So, we have some options here. Oh, actually, I think I've made my decision. Yeah, let's go raid this person playing some Fallout 3, since I'm gonna go play some Fallout afterwards. Why? 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 Does anyone know how to take your fucking keyboard out of whatchamacallit mode? Fucking seriously, this whole night's been a fucking disaster. I can't use my keyboard. I can't use my fucking keyboard. I can't use my keyboard. I can't do anything. Well, alright, no raid. I can't do anything. Good night, guys. I'll see you when I see you. Am I gonna go for 100% like all shells? Maybe, maybe, maybe. I just did. Wolfie, I just did. That was the very first thing I did. It's making a beeping noise. I don't know. I don't know. I can't raid out. I can't do anything. My keyboard literally will not work right now. So, no raid tonight. So, I'll see you guys later. Bye!